Happiness. The only reasonable goal in life is maximize your total lifetime experience through something called happiness. That might sound selfish, but it's not. A normal person needs to treat others well in order to enjoy life. For the sake of argument, let's assume you're normalish. If you want to boost your happiness, it helps to understand what happiness is and how it works. You might think the science of happiness is fairly obvious, but it's not. Happiness is like gardening, only seems simple. Let's just start by defining happiness and agreeing on what causes it. My definition of happiness is that it's feeling you get when your body chemistry is producing pleasant sensation in your mind. That definition is compatible with the science of happiness. It's tempting to imagine happiness as a state of mind caused by whatever is happening in your life. By that way of thinking, we are largely victims of cold world that sometimes rewards our good work and sometimes punishes us for no reason. That's helpless worldview, and they can blind you to a simple system for being happier. Science has done a good job in recent years of demonstrating that. Irene, focus. Okay. Happiness isn't as it depends on your circumstances as you might think. And you know from your own experience that some people seem to be happy no matter what is going on in their lives, while others can't find happiness no matter how many times they're going right. We are all born with a limited range of happiness, and the circumstances of life can only jiggle us around within the range. The good news is that anyone who has experienced happiness probably has enough capacity to spend more time at the top of his or her personal range and less times near the bottom. In my case, my baseline is on the fence between happy and unhappy, so staying near the top of my narrow range makes all the difference. To do that, I treat myself like the moisture robot I am and manipulate my body chemistry as needed. I also try to improve my situation and circumstances wherever I can, but I see that as 20% of the solution. The big part, the 80% of happiness, is nothing but a chemistry experiment. Okay, and it's hugely helpful to think of it that way. You can't always quickly fix whatever is wrong in your environment, and you can't prevent negative thoughts from tripping into your head. But you can easily control your body chemistry through lifestyle, and that in turn will cause your thoughts to turn positive while making the bumps in your past feel less important. Let's get to the mechanics of manipulating your body chemistry. Obviously, your doctor can give you a pill to change your mood. Antidepressants are big business, and you can change your chemistry by drinking alcohol or doing recreation drugs. The problem with each of those methods is that it comes with a risk and the side effects you would rather avoid. I advocate a more natural approach. For starters, the single biggest trick of manipulating your happiness chemistry is being Irene. Focus. No. Yeah, delete your all distractions, unnecessary thoughts. Okay, so happiness chemistry is being able to do what you want, when you want, and contrasting that with the more common situation in which you may be able to do all the things you want, but you can't often do them when you want. The timing of things can be more important than intrinsic value of things. You need to control the order and the timing of things to be happy. It's important to look at happiness in terms of timing because timing is easier to control than resources. It's hard to become rich enough to buy your own private island, but relatively speaking, it's easier to find your job with flexible hours. That's true, right? A person with a flexible schedule and average resources will be happier than the rich person who has everything except an flexible schedule. Step 1 in your search for happiness is to continually work toward having control of your schedule. Those parents might have all the stuff they could ask for, but no flexibility to enjoy what they want when they want. By any definition, what I'm doing is work, but because I can control the timing of it and those a particular day, it doesn't feel like work. I transformed the work into pleasure simply by having control over what when I do it. In your personal life and your career, consider schedule flexibility when making any big decision realistically. Just remember to keep your eye out for ways to maximize your schedule freedom in the long term. It's just something you want to work toward. That brings me to the next important mechanism for happiness. Happiness has more to do with where you're heading than where you are. We tend to feel happy when things are moving in the right direction and unhappy when things are trending bad. The duration and nature of happiness is one reason it's a good idea to have a sport or a hobby that lives in plenty of the room to improve every year. Slow and steady improvement. Oh, that's slow and steady improvement at things makes you feel that you're on the right direction. The feeling of progress stimulates your body to create the chemicals that make you feel happy. When you choose a career, consider whether it will lead to the lifetime of ever improved performance. As a cartoonist, my drawing skills has slowly improved over most of my career, and that is a source of happiness for me. If you are lucky enough to have a career options, and the only one of them affords a passive continuous improvement, choose that one, or else being equal. The next element of happiness you need to master is imagination. I wrote about this in the context of raising your energy, which is closely related to happiness, but it bears repeating in this chapter. Pessimism is often a failure of imagination. If you can imagine the future being brighter, it leaves your energy and the oozes in the chemistry of your body that produces a sensation of happiness. If you can't even imagine and improve the future, you won't be happy no matter how well your life is going right now. I find it useful to daydream that the future will be better than the today. By far, I like to imagine a future that is spectacular and breathtaking. The daydreams need not to accurate in terms of predicting the future. Simply imagining a better future hacks your brain chemistry and provides you with a sensation of happiness today. Being happy raises your energy level and makes it easier to pursue the steps toward the real world happiness. This is another case in which your imagination can influence the real world. Don't let reality control your imagination. Don't let reality control your imagination. Let your imagination be the user interface to steer your reality. The next important thing to remember about happiness is that it's not a mystery of mind and it's not magic. Happiness is the natural state of most people whenever they feel healthy, have a flexible schedules, and expect the future to be good. I exercised, I had a healthy reward snack, and now I'm thoroughly happy even though I'm working at the rewriting and the tweaking this chapter. Taking care of my body always reinforces my happiness more than whatever task I'm involved in. That's an important point because normally when you feel unhappy, you blame your mood on the whatever your environment is serving up to you. I'm here to tell you that the primary culprit in your bad moods is the deficit in one of the big five: a flexible schedule, imagination, flexible schedule, right? So it is a flexible schedule and the imagination. This is love attraction, sleep, through quality of sleep, diet, and exercises. Okay. Oh my god, my eyes so tired. Okay. I'm experienced in it too. The number of people my observation is about exercise, diet, and sleep influence mood. The usual reaction is a blank expression, followed by change of topic. No one wants to believe that the formula of happiness is as simple as daydreaming, controlling your schedule, napping, and eating right, and being active every day. Based on a lifestyle observation, my best estimate is that 80% of your mood is based on how your body feels, and only 20% is based on the genes and circumstances, particularly your health. Okay, ask yourself this question. At times, when you've exercised early in the day, eaten well, hydrated, and had enough sleep, and the percentage of those times when you have found yourself in a good mood or bad. You don't know the answer to the question because it's not the sort of things that you pay attention to. No, I know it. But now that when put the idea in your head, you will automatically find yourself noticing the link between your daily body maintenance and your or not so mysterious happiness. I predict you will observe that your good moods are highly correlated with exercise and diet and sleep. Exercise has two very different benefits that are hard to untangle. The exercise itself releases a natural pain relieving substances and endorphins, and that gives you a direct feeling of well-being. But the exercise is also a mental escape from the whatever was stressing you before you lace your athletic shoes. That's why I recommend forms of exercises is that occupy your mind at the same time as your muscles. Exercises also helps you sleep better, so that's a double benefit. Of the big five factors in happiness: flexible schedule, imagination, diet, exercise, and sleep. My pick for the most important is exercise. If exercise sounds like a lot of work, we form a chapter on the easiest way to become active. If the list of five elements for happiness seems incomplete, that's intentional. I know you may also want a sex and a soulmate, fame, recognition, a feeling of importance, career success, and the less more. My connection is that in your five for and the pursuit of happiness will act as a magnet for the other components of happiness you need. When you are fit, when you're fit, happy and full of energy, people are far more likely to have sex with you, be your friend, and hire you, sometimes all in the same day. But a smart approach is to take care of yourself first and use the success as a leverage to get everything else you need. After some self-reflection, I realized that I was feeling adrift I no longer had a primary purpose in life because I'd already achieved it. It was an eerie feeling, unreal and unsettling. I had no kids at the time, so I had no reason to achieve anything more. I did the well below the baseline, happiness and it wasn't rebounding. The way I climbed out of the funk was and realized that my newly acquired resources could help me change the world in some small but positive ways. Okay, it was 100% successful in giving me a meaningful purpose, which allowed my optimism and energy to return. Unhappiness that is caused by too much success is a high-class problem. That's a sort of unhappiness in people working all of our lives together. If you find yourself there, I hope you do, you will find your attention naturally turning outward. You will seek and happiness to do service to others. I promise it will feel wonderful. People become unhappy if they have too many options in life. The problem with the options is not choosing, and the past can leave in a black with self-doubt. You quiet you quite rationally think that one of the president's chosen might have worked out better. You can eat at you. That can eat at you. Okay, that's why. Okay, that's why I find great comfort in routine. I never wasted a brain cell in the morning trying to figure out what to do when. Compare that with some people you know who spend 2 hours in planning and designing for every task. That task in 1 hour to complete. I'm happier than those people. Recapping the happiness formula: eat right, exercise, get enough sleep. Imagine an incredible future. Work toward a flexible schedule. Do things that you can steadily improve it. Help others. Reduce the daily decisions to routine. If you do those 8 things, the rest of it, what you need to stimulate the chemistry of happiness in your brain, will be a lot easier to find. In fact, the other components of happiness that you seek, such as career opportunities, love, and friends, might find their way to you if you make yourself an unattractive target.